left.
When Kronos became king, a prophecy was made that he would be overthrown by his own son. This prophecy was fulfilled by his youngest, Zeus. After a war lasting 10 years, the Titans were banished to the depths of Tartarus, and Zeus sat on the throne of Olympus, his brothers and sisters by his side. The gods revelled in their new kingdom, ruling over the mortals that lived in Elysium, a kingdom named so as to be a paradise for all those who lived there. And for a time, all was well. But gods are prideful beings, and soon began to bicker and argue amongst themselves, turning a blind eye to the realm of mortals. Zeus saw this, and saw how the mortals had also begun to fight one another in the absence of the gods' presence. A mighty thunderstorm swelled around Olympus as Zeus made a decree. The gods would no longer remain idle, but instead be sent unto Elysium, where they would be given a city to rule as they saw fit. Only Zeus would remain on Olympus, to ensure that his laws were upheld. Unhappy with this order, but unwilling to incur their father's wrath and risk being felled by his thunderbolts, the gods made their way down to Elysium to live among the mortals. Each god moulded his or her city into their own image, whether that be the beautiful marble temples of Aphrodite or the towering spires of the arcane Hecate. The mortals rejoiced to be in the presence of the Olympians, and peace was restored again. No longer able to interfere with each other as before, the gods now use mortal champions to do their bidding. Through time, mortals have dedicated their lives into performing great deeds to gain the gods' favour, become their champion, and enter their names into legend. But peace can never last forever, and dire plots are brewing in Elysium. The war god Athena, as wise as she is beautiful, has gone missing. As tensions rise amongst the Olympians, other forces work quietly, and whispers are spreading that the reign of Olympus is coming to an end.
Hello. Yep. Yeah, they can hear you now, so swear all you like. Don't, actually. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 16 of Reign of Olympus. Welcome back to our Minotaur. This is Dan. This is what he looks like. You may have forgotten. We were starting.
It has been a while.
It has been quite a while.
I'm sorry.
Back, at least for this week. It may change again next week. Who knows? We'll just keep hold of him for as long as we can. And never let go. A couple of announcements before we start. The main one being is that next session, so the 1st of November, 30th of
30th.
October, one day before Halloween, not one day after. But because Halloween is the day after, we are, rather than our usually scheduled Greek goings on, we're going to do a little Halloween special episode. I've got something in mind. I'll try and mess with the players and the audience as much as possible. So yeah,
as in what, more than usual.
Yeah, this one will be actively being cruel rather than just like consequences.
Bring it on, harder, daddy.
We haven't sorted out the logistics of that yet. That's probably something we'll do like after this session. We'll talk amongst the crew, cast, players, I don't know, minions, about what we'll be doing for that. Whether we'll like have new characters or it'll be the same characters through some that we'll sort those details out later and let you guys know over social media. on that, keep an eye on social media. You may have seen like the weird little teaser picture come up, because we have got a couple of bits and bobs that may be starting up soon, that Chloe's laughing about because she knows about one of them. So yeah, we've got a few bits and bobs coming up, so just keep an eye out for that. I don't think there's anything else. If anyone else can... Oh, just the usual. Please check if you have got a Twitch Prime account or an Amazon Prime account that you can link to your Twitch. Please check to see if you've got a free sub that you can drop our way, if you would be so kind. It doesn't cost you a thing, but we still get the sub all the same, and it's really appreciated. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, and enjoy. I hope. Without further ado, we'll just go to the ident screen, and then we'll come back and do a little recap, which I think we might need for Runt, if no one else.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I really missed you over that 10 seconds. So yeah, last time we met, the players were making their way through the undercroft, caverns, crypt, whatever you want to call it, of Nidas Forest. When they first started, they had one of their party, Gavriel, at death's door, very, very close, pretty much, just waiting to be invited in with a bottle of wine and...
Skittles.
Yeah, Thanatos just waiting there with his best evening gown on. But by some lucky rolls and some, I'd say quick thinking, but I think it's all they were thinking about over the last 2 weeks was, okay, how can we save the Paladin? But they did it really well, and they managed to save his life without any fudging or any of, DM plot armor or anything like that. They genuinely managed to save Gavriel's life, which I was very happy about, because I've still got things in store for Gavriel. There's plenty of time for him to die in the next couple of sessions.
Ooh.
Yeah, as they went on from there, during the fight, Kaya decided to try out one of the new spells called Shatter, which some of you may know. It worked out really well in dispatching their enemy. What it also did, though, was kind of affect quite a long, enclosed space. If you're going to do something like that inside a tunnel, it's going to be amplified, and part of the tunnel collapsed, and it was almost an earthquake that ensued. Well, it was an earthquake to the point where Solanos, the poor little furbolg that had come with you to try and help, ran down into the underground in a panic, thinking you'd all died horribly. You guys dealt with that. Kaya went exploring through some, muck, we'll call it. Just a couple of times. And you guys made your way through the very strange, undercroft. It turned very quickly from what seemed to be sewers or just the under drainage system into some weird locations. They came across some sort of pipe, aqueduct system filled with this possibly caustic anyway, green liquid, which they managed to drain and also discover was healing potions that was being directed towards some unknown location. They followed this and came into a room full of caged, corrupted wolves, much like the ones they'd seen before, and managed to bravely fight them off with all the risk to themselves. Basically, they stabbed at the poor things through the bars in the cage. No remorse whatsoever. Heroically, with no remorse or heroism whatsoever. So yeah, after some more climbing and exploring, they managed to find a passageway that led down through some chasms, and they could start to... The environment changed quite quickly and ominously. As they started to walk down these stone stairs, the stone on the sides became almost overgrown with what looked sort of like ivy, but more sinuous, and as they got deeper, this multiplied and became more and more prominent until they were basically walking down what almost seemed like a tunnel of flesh of some sort. All the time, this beating sound seemed to emit from down below, to the point of actively frightening Kaya. They got to the bottom of this and saw a strange-looking person. Yeah, I know, you're smiling. Who was... They just missed who he was talking to, giving orders to try and find who had turned off the flow of healing potions that was feeding what seemed to be a giant heart in the centre of all this, presumably what this sinuous flesh was leading out from. Before they could speak to this being much more, he went to introduce himself and monologue, basically, and Gavriel threw a javelin at him, declaring that monologues are for losers. He didn't use that language, but that's basically what he was saying. He was the Edward mode of monologues, in which the being responded by driving his staff into one of the veins of the heart, which broke off and turned into a giant snake. That is where we left off. Right. So before the inevitable roll for initiative, I have to deliver a message from your deities.
Oh.
As you know, rather than doing Match of the Deity on a Tuesday, filming because of life schedules and it's just not viable at the moment, maybe in the future, fingers crossed, they instead vote on the chat where they made all the world plot happen. This week, they voted that none of you deserve it because you've forgotten twice now to use it, and they're upset with you. So they're sulking for a session, basically. Hopefully that doesn't last, and next you can redeem yourselves. But after twice in a row, members not using the favour they gave you, they've decided to abstain this week, because gods are like that.
They're dramatic.
I feel like, in my defence, as the only person that hasn't been around to forget to use it, I should have it by default.
If you want to take it up with them, I think you already owe Ares a
no.
favour. Yeah. They're prideful beings, and if you don't, you know... The gods giveth, the gods sulketh away, shall we say. Right. Enough of that, we'll move on. And yeah, we'll get the map up, and would you guys please roll for initiative. So yeah, this is the scene before you. You have this being in the corner having a javelin sticking out of his shoulder, then summoning a giant snake.
20 non-natural.
Damn. Okay. Right, so we have got 20 for Gabriel. Mercy.
8.
8. Eric at the back. That's probably a good thing. Kaya.
11.
11. Runt.
That'll be a 14.
14. That's a nice even spread. Okay. Gabriel, what is your dexterity, if you don't mind? Your modifier.
12.
Okay, in that case, there we are. And let's begin. Okay, so the giant snake goes first. It, seeing all of you, is going to... What's its speed? Yeah, thought so. Start moving forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just block your way, essentially. Just so you know, all of this room, for anyone like medium size or smaller, is difficult terrain, but you can move along all of it. Essentially, all these veins and tendrils are moving around and you have to make your way around it. So you can step anywhere you like on this map, but your movement is halved, because you have to not, you know, trip on an That's something I thought I'd be saying. Play D&D. Okay.
I also thought about this.
Next is Ouroboros, who just grabs the javelin and snaps it, drops it to his side, leaves the tip in there, and from the hand not holding the staff, he mutters something, gathers up some green eldritch energy, and fires it at you, Gabriel, in a return volley. Because why wouldn't he?
Rude.
He practiced this speech in front of the mirror and everything, I'm sure. Does a... I don't think it does, actually. Does a 16 hit you?
Nah.
No, so... yeah, that's fair. So as this eldritch energy flies towards you, you pull up your shield after just throwing the javelin and just take it, the force damage, straight in the centre of the shield. And just give that grin, I assume. It pisses off weird Ouroboros.
Proper poo-eating grin.
A poo-eating... Well, you might be eating a giant poo later. We'll see. On that, he's going to move back slightly. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because he's also under difficult terrain, as are you. And then Gavril, whose health I can actually see now. It is your turn.
Alright. Okay. I'd like to move just up to the top right-hand corner of the giant snaky.
Okay. Your movement's 30, I believe.
Yes.
I think is all of your movement 30 still.
I think runs quicker.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20. You can only get here for now, just because you're at half movement, unless you wanted to use your action, because it is all difficult terrain.
Is it possible to cut diagonally across Kaya to get into range with them?
Sure. So 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. You could get here.
Yep.
Which is in melee. I've just separated it so it looks nicer.
Oh, no, I'd rather than being in melee, I'd like to be kind of about 10 foot away.
Lance range,
just about.
maybe, you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, so...
Around that, yeah.
I wasn't thinking of anything specifically, but...
Yeah, I'm sure. So
yes.
Are you next attacking with your lance, by any chance?
No, I want to... Where's terminology that I need?
Vow of Enmity?
Yep, that's exactly the one. Transventi, Vow of Enmity, bonus action on any creature within 10 foot, which I now am.
Yes, you are.
Gain advantage on attack rolls.
Swing, stab away, my Paladinian friend. Stab away.
Do a stabbo.
Do a stabbo jabbo at the slithery laddo.
Cool, so...
I don't know, I'm in a weird mood today.
Let's say...
Hi, Queenie. Hi, Kazarek.
21 to hit with a lance.
21 hits. Yeah, I'm not that cruel yet.
Cool beans.
Yet.
Yeah, depends how many monologues he interrupts.
All of them forever. That is 15 damage.
15 damage. Yep, you stab it straight in the kind of the back end. You think it's the back end. It's still kind of coiling around itself, but you try and stay away from its pointy end. How much damage was that? Sorry, 15.
15, 1-5.
Nice. And it kind of shrieks out in pain. This like weird spittle kind of sprays out as it screams. Is that your turn, so?
Yes, that is mine.
Runt, for the first time in weeks, it is your turn.
Bring it on.
And we're going to go for a quick break. No.
Damn it. I'm gonna try and stab the snake.
Okie doke. I don't know if you can get in range.
30 feet.
Well, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 because of difficult terrain. So even with a dash, you may not be able to this turn. If they're like, ew, ew, gross.
Ooh, I've got hooves too, so that's not going well. Screw it. Can I dash and try and get in close?
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. You can get here so that you kind of got a line of sight, and next turn you'll be able to get in range.
That'll do.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else for your turn? So you've in your action, you've got a bonus action.
I guess I'll rage.
Yeah. And you rage. Kaya, it is your turn.
Okay, I would like to get in range of Mr. Snakey.
5, 10, 15, 20. Easy.
Yeah. Can I just go sort of like another 5, slightly to the left again? Yeah.
Almost to clear a Minotaur-shaped path.
Pretty much. I'm going to give it a go.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Thunderclap on said big snakey.
thought you said Bumberclap for a second there.
No!
Okay, so
Thunderclap.
yep. What does
No.
that do? And
Bumberclap.
do I have to make a save or anything like that?
You do need to make a save. It's a Constitution save. It will create a thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. So pretty much everyone around here is going to hear it. But creatures within range, other than me, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take damage.
Doke. Constitution save, you say?
Yes, please.
Pour out some more dice. Because, there they are, my favourite ones. What is the D... I rolled... Well, okay. I rolled a... 19.
Yeah, you pass.
Does it take
So
half
no
damage?
damage.
Or no,
No damage.
Okay, that's hard luck.
It is. But as my bonus action, I'm actually going to inspire Gavriel.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you inspire him in any specific way, or do you just... wanna-
Yeah, it's... I'm going to sort of like look over, it's like... May Poseidon be awestruck by the deed you do today.
Wow. Okay, you
So-
have a 1d6 to
D6.
use in the next
Yes.
10 minutes.
Yes.
What, for attack rolls or ability checks or
Ability-
saving throws?
Ability checks,
All three.
attack rolls, or saving
nice.
throws.
Bard, yeah. Fair. I play a bard, I should know this.
You should.
I never use it for inspiration. I'm a
In this
bard.
instance, I think it's needed.
Yes. Right, and that's your turn. Last but certainly not least, Mercy.
Oh, how lovely. Well, I'm going to casually admire the decor. I'm going to sidle alongside the big fella. Please.
Just there.
As far as I can go, literally.
Well, you're touching him at the minute.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As far as my movement will take me, please.
Up or right or left?
No, keep going left, please.
Okay, so 5, 10, 25. You can just get like there.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I will bonus action Shield of Faith on front.
Okay.
So
that
he
gives
gets a
2, is it not?
correct. And then for my actual action, I will... Yeah. Why not? We'll toll the dead on the weird snake.
On the snake, who is injured. So that's another con save, is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Again, rolled a 19. Rolled 2 natural 18s. Sorry.
Well, aren't you a jammy bugger?
He is. Well, it's not. That's not jam. He's sliding through.
Says you.
Yeah.
Yes, that I do. I created him. Is that everything for your turn, madame?
Yes.
Okay. It is now the snake's go. The only one to have hurt it is Gavriel, but you're closer. So what would a snake do? Actually, you look like a smaller meal, Kaya. So it's
Yeah.
easier to swallow, less like pointy bits. So it is. It is going to attempt to wrap around you, and it is going to fail miserably, I assume, at a 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So as it goes to kind of move around you, you kind of, with the kind of grace that you have as a bard, you're more dexterity than strength. You kind of just vault over its side, and it swings around to nothing. Okay, it is now Ouroboros' turn. Let's see what the range is on this. Okay, never mind. Okay, it is, in that case... and I don't think it's in range for that one either. I should know these spells. So again, it is going to gather the same... Yeah. Well, first off, he's going to 5, 10... Oh. 5, 10, 30... And he is going to gather that eldritch energy again and is going to take another shot at you, Gavriel. So, it's because I'm rolling the wrong dice for him, obviously. That is not much better. Never mind. That's a 16.
Not the same as it was last time, I think.
This time he goes to do it again, and he kind of, at the last minute, the javelin still embedded in him just causes him pain, and it just goes above your head, like, and hits the wall, which start to quake a little bit as it does so. Okay, Gabriel, it is now your turn.
Okay, am I able to circle kind of counterclockwise around it at the same distance? Or is that a provocation?
No, because you're not in its threat range. You're not leaving its threat range, if you were.
We will do that then, and I will circle counterclockwise around it.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So there?
Yeah, and I'm still at my same range, yeah?
Yeah, I've left that gap there to signify, because I know it's quite difficult to see on screen, but I can see it, so don't worry. I will help you guys out as much as I can. With the spacing, not with the dying, obviously.
But that's the bit I need help with. Okay, yeah, I can do lance attack then. It seemed to work last time.
Go for it.
That's a 20 non-natural.
That will hit again.
Hooray! Was that D6 for saving throws to hit rolls and skill checks?
Yeah, not damage.
Yeah, I assume so. That is 12? Yes, that's how numbers work. 12 piercing.
Okay. So again, you hit it just as it dived for Kaya. You kind of took that opportunity and hit it and got it right underneath a couple of the scales, and it again screams out in pain and turns around to look at you. Okay, that shaking that you felt, now kind of, you look around you, and the veins that were tentatively just moving of their own accord in their own kind of volition, some of them grasp up and try and grab a hold of you all. So if you would all like to make a strength saving throw for me. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, even with the -1, I got a 16.
Okay. We'll go up. Gabriel? 14. Sorry, your sound cut out there for a sec. Kaya?
16.
Okay, and Runt, whose sound has also gone for me for some reason.
I can't hear him either.
That might be because I muted you because I have a bit of a cough at the moment. I rolled a 20, unnatural.
Okay. So yeah, all of you manage to move and kind of swipe at the veins as they try to encircle and entangle you, and you are not grasped by them. Well done.
Get off!
I thought you were legit like trying to get rid of a fly or something there. No, that's roleplay. Oh dear. Okay, Runt. After stamping down on a intrusive tendril, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get close to this.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you can get within melee range with it now.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
Poke him with the stick.
Poke him with a stick, Barry. Go and get angry.
Because why wouldn't I?
Okay, are you doing that normal or reckless or just?
I'm doing it with the Spirit of Vengeance, just normal stabby,
Okay.
two-handed melee attack. 17.
17, that'll hit.
Cool. And it is 1d8 plus 5 of damage.
Plus rage.
Oh, yeah. So plus 7. Cool. That'll be 15 points of damage.
What about your fire damage as well?
Yeah, you rolled for that, I believe. 'Cause you said. Plus,
Yep.
Yeah. So how much? Sorry.
So that was 15 points of damage.
Okay, 15 points of damage. Yeah, you.
Plus 1d4 fire damage, which I still need to do.
Okay.
And that would be a grand total of an additional 2 points of damage. 17 in total.
Got you. So yeah, you finally get in range, kind of to get out of the way of those veins and things. You jump so they can't reach you, and use that momentum to stab down into the side of the snake, and you kind of hear 2 hissings at that point, one from the snake in its pain, and one from its flesh as it sizzles beneath the blade of the spear.
Nice.
Is that everything for your turn? You still have your bow?
Well, I'm going to try and hammering horns in.
Go for it.
Because why wouldn't I? Unless it's a seasonal strength saving throw of DC 14. So I roll a 17.
That hits. Oh, I have to roll a strength. Sorry.
Yeah. So
I'm with you.
strength check DC 14.
That was awful. No, that was a 9. So yeah, you hit with that one.
Cool. Well, you get shoved.
Okay. How far?
Up to 10 feet away.
So, there we are. He does leave yours and Kai's threat range if you wanted to use your reaction to take a swipe at him.
Ooh.
Oh, can I do an attack of opportunity then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I guess I'm going to try and stab him with a spear again.
Go for it.
Because
Do I have the opportunity to get a rapier out and stab him then?
No.
No.
Not as a reaction. You could punch him.
I would attempt to try and punch him.
Okay. So that would just be your strength modifier, no proficiency.
It'd be classed as an unarmed strike, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. 16.
That hits. You do... What's your strength modifier?
It's -1, but my unarmed strike says that I have a +1.
You do.
But I still rolled a 15.
So that's to hit. So you do 1 damage to it.
Yeah.
And so you just punch the scale and you're why? Runt, what did you get?
I'm going to assume 22 hits.
It does, yeah.
Cool. That's 1d4. And that's 11 points of damage plus 1d4. That's 12 points of damage.
Okay, as this thing leaves, you swipe upwards with the spear, get it lodged in, and use the momentum of it leaving to carve a huge gash down the side of the snake, sizzling as it goes, and it roars as it leans back, moves, stands upwards almost like a cobra, and then falls dead just at your feet. Well done. Kaya, it is now your turn.
What's the distance between me and Ouroboros?
It is that 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75 feet.
Okay.
Dead poo. Snake. Dead poo snake.
I've waded through worse.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm really not wrong. I'm going to move forward as far as I can.
Okay, you can move over Snaky. You know what? I will make Snaky Boy invisible because there is a lot going on this screen now. With the weird beating heart. So 5, 10. You can basically move 15 feet a turn. Just with your movement, unless you wanted to use a dash action.
No. Because that should put me at 60 foot away from him.
It does.
And I'm going to yell and cast vicious mockery at him. So can I have a wisdom saving throw from off of him, please?
You can.
And if it works, then I'm going to yell what it is.
That is a wisdom.
Yes.
20.
No, don't work.
Okay. So yeah,
not wasting a really good one.
As you go to shout at him, you just the sound of the heartbeat. Although you're not frightened at the moment, it still kind of overpowers everything. You can't get your voice across to him at this distance.
Yep.
Mercy.
Okay, so I would like to casually stroll in a top left direction towards the heart.
Okay, 1 second. Hang on. 10, 50.
No, wrong person.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, if you want to move me, that's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
What's my distance to the nearest part of the heart to me?
The main part of it, like the actual heart
What?
itself, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60 feet.
Oh, that's just enough then. I'm going to just casually reach out and cast a sacred flame on it.
Okay.
If it is able to do so, I need to make a dexterity.
Okay, it can't make a dexterity save. It's an immovable object.
How delightful.
Can't really dodge. That would be freaky, though.
I know, right? But
Just the heart just goes, woo!
yeah, but it's like, yeah, screw it. So, okay. Lovely. So that would be 7 radiant damage.
Okay, you hit the side of it, and it creates like a small kind of bright heat where it hits, and it does kind of sizzle at the heart, and there's almost like a grey, charred little area where the sacred flame hit. It doesn't affect the rhythm of it, but you can see where the damage was done. You don't know if it had any effect or not.
Okay. I'm just testing the waters.
Yeah. The snake is deado. It is going... Ouroboros is going to stay where he is. And... Kaya, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Wisdom. 13.
Okay. You hear in your mind... Nice try, sweetheart. It's a little something more like this, though. As you take...
Oh no.
What level?
Oh.
8 psychic damage. And you have disadvantage on your next attack.
Okay.
As he fires back at you with his own vicious mockery. Gavril.
Excellent. Can I make a move and a dash action just directed towards Ouroboros?
You can. So you'd be here.
Perfect. I don't believe I have any applicable bonus actions. How far away is he?
Say 25 feet.
25 feet?
Aye.
In that case, can I use Hunter's Mark on him, please?
You can. He doesn't save or anything against that, does he? He's just marked.
Nope, he is just marked. Until the spell ends, I specifically do extra damage to him and have advantage on wisdom checks to find him, but not against spells or saving throws.
Okay, no worries. Is that... Yep, oh yeah, that was all of you. Runt, it is your turn, sir.
Wonderful. Right, I'm going to try and get close to Ouroboros.
Okay, so are you gonna, like, move and dash?
Yep.
Right. How much is your movement? Because I know you've got a little bit more, haven't you?
30.
30, okay. You may not be high level enough yet. Okay, so you can get there with your move and dash and difficult terrain.
Cool. Don't suppose I'm in range to throw javelins, am I?
What's the range on javelin? You might be in its long range.
120 long range.
You'll be in its long range. What's
30.
30. You won't be in short range, but you can throw at disadvantage if you like.
Cool. I'll try it. Why the hell not? I need to do some damage to take range.
If you do it recklessly, you can negate the disadvantage.
I already used my bonus action to dash, didn't I?
You did. Reckless isn't a bonus action, though. Reckless is just you can choose to have advantage, and then things have advantage against you for the next turn, because you've left yourself open by being more aggressive, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. Alright, so that's me to have my proficiency dice, so 2 plus 6. Cool. So that is either 21 or 19.
Nice. So 19 at disadvantage.
Yep.
That will hit, yeah.
Cool. And damage-wise, it is 1d6 plus 4.
Oh, damn you.
That'll be 9.
9.
9.
Okay, yeah.
I have maintained the edge.
Just as he seems to like get over the javelin in his shoulder and looks angrily at Gavriel, another pointy object just flies over Gavriel's shoulder and hits him square in the other side.
And I don't like monologues either.
And yeah, he takes the javelin to the other side, which, yeah, it matches now, which is nice. You know, symmetry.
If I were close enough, I'd high five Gav.
Kaya, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my action and bonus action to get closer to.
Okay, so difficult terrain is horrid. 5, 10. So yeah, you're about the same.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's it for me.
Okie dokie. Mercy me. Mercy my.
Okay, fine. Move and dash towards the Harleys.
You have your mind set on bigger fish. Move and dash or just move?
No, move and dash, please.
Okay. 20, 30. Okay, there you go. No bonus action, just as is?
I have no bonuses, really.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, it is... Let me just check distances. 5, 10. Yep. Gavriel, you see Ouroboros, and he lifts his head, and the wide brim hat shows his face, and you can see at this distance, you can see his eye, instead of an iris and a pupil, is that familiar symbol of the Ouroboros. As you see that, you feel something strange kind of inside your mind, and can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
I really hope so. 16.
16. Okay, you feel like you're losing control of your muscles and your arms, and you can feel this hatred move towards your allies, and then you remind yourself of what Kaya said and about what you've done, and you shake it off and look back at Ouroboros as his control over you snaps, and you resist. Just. The DC was 60.
Okay.
Okay. At that, he's gonna move back slightly, as that didn't work. And can he do anything as a bonus? Yes, he did that. He is... No, he is good as is. So yeah, that is his turn. Ooh, I've got those. Ooh. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay. Again, you all, as you're fighting, Mercy, you see the heart kind of beats, but the sound coming from it seems to be louder than it was before. It's just... Can all of you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Do I have to choose if I'm using that bonus before or after the roll?
Your inspiration You can do it. You can do it after you roll.
You can do it after
Normally.
you roll, but you can't do it
before.
before you know if you've passed or not.
Yeah, valid. I'll be using that now, thank you.
Hopefully, it's made a difference.
I really hope so.
Okay. We'll start with Runt because it's funnier to leave Gabriel waiting a little bit.
Well, I actually rolled an 18, so
Okay.
Guess who's wise?
So you fail. No, I'm kidding. Kaya?
19.
Okay. Mercy?
23.
Okay. And Gabriel?
Can I just tell you that I didn't pass? Is that...
No.
Uh,
This is for entertainment as well.
How bad?
I made up to double digits.
Well done.
Just...
So 10
I have 10.
with inspiration. Okay.
Wow.
Well done. Okay, so everyone else, you kind of shake it off. Gabriel, after like feeling already shaken of this invasion into your mind, just the pounding of the heart gets to you, and you are frightened of the heart. So you can move towards Ouroboros, but you cannot move closer to the heart. And whilst you can see it, so whilst it's in your line of sight, you have disadvantage on attack rolls, I believe.
Okay.
I have to get up my mini DM screen thing just to check, but I believe it's frightened. I'll read it for those of you at home that might not know the frightened condition in 5th ed or any. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So yeah.
And that's any attack rolls, not just attack rolls on the heart.
Any attack rolls whilst you can see the heart. So if you're fighting Ouroboros, but the heart is in your line of sight, you are at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
In other words, keep your back to the heart.
That's not quite how it works.
That's not line of sight, sadly.
But I like the gumption.
Hey.
Man, I would love a massive cardiac event right now.
Okay, make a con save as you.
One will be incoming, dear.
No, it's got to be at least 30 foot wide for the cardiac event.
So like, Runt's just got a barrel of butter and he's trying to stick it in one of the veins.
Yeah. Roll to heart attack.
Oh, jeez. I mean, just
Theoretically.
just try DMing a player party. That'll do it. Make the heart a DM. Okay, Runt. After shaking off that fear, what would you like to do? I assume you just want to charge your Uruburu.
You know what?
Have we changed initiative order?
Did you not have
Yeah,
your
it was,
No.
you did not.
I have not yet had my turn.
don't cheat Gav out of his peer.
Yes, Gav,
What's
it is
the
your turn.
current-
It's alright, it's because
what's
the
current-
layer action happens at initiative 20, so I always get confused because there's two of you at initiative 20.
What's the current distance to Mr. McBardy?
35 because he moved. No, 40 because he moved his whole distance back and you were 25 before. So yeah, 40.
Awesome. Can I move 15 forwards with a move action? And then another 15 forwards. So he is now in my melee range.
He is. But you've used your action.
I have.
Is that all for you, sir?
Yeah, I'm just going to be menacing.
Okay. You're trying to be menacing, but like, you're giving him the glare, but then each time the heart beats, you kind of go,
Well, if the heart scares me, then I scare him, and then he scares the heart. It's rock, paper, scissors.
yeah, that's. You forgot about Lizard Spock. Oh, the lizard's dead.
Oh, no. Yeah, I did forget about that.
You don't want to know what Spock's doing right now.
Depends between the Kelvin timeline or.
Okay, we're not getting into that. No. No. Okay, Runt, now it's your turn. Move it, run and move and dash, yeah?
Yeah, towards the heart.
Towards the heart, okay.
Towards the heart.
15. 10. 15. You are there.
Then I'm going to try and throw a javelin at the heart.
Just realised you shouldn't have been able to throw a javelin last time because you used your action to move.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'm not going to try and throw a javelin.
So,
I'm just going to stand there and look awfully confused.
9 damage. Back on. And then,
Just going to throw rude words.
That's the bard's job.
That's my job.
I menacingly glare at the heart.
Okay. The heart seems unmoved.
Isn't that the story of my life?
I think the DM just took some psychic damage. Kaya, your turn. While I cry. Wrong one.
Do I go for the heart or do I go for him? Can I move to roughly behind Runt?
You want to take Runt from behind roughly. Got you.
Not quite, but...
Out there?
Runt gets out all that
literally
button.
behind, as in to behind, like to the right of him.
To the right of him, so here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What's the distance between me and the heart and then me and him?
Jeez. I need my ruler app for you. Get 5.
Hey, I can't help it.
So 30 and 5. 30 to the heart, 40 to Ouroboros.
Okay. Then this time I'm going to try again. This time for a vicious mockery. Wisdom saving throw, please.
At Ouroboros, I assume.
At Ouroboros. No, I'm not going to aim it at the heart.
Mock the heart.
Oh, at some point I intend to mock the heart, but...
You've got feelings.
So what saving throw is it for vicious? Wisdom, yeah?
Wisdom.
Okay. That is a 16.
No, passes again.
It's not working.
It's not working.
Okay.
That's fine.
Anything for your bonus?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, okay. Mercy.
Okay. Yes. Again, I'm just going to move 15 feet closer, please.
5, 10, 15. Yep.
Yep. The thing I was going to do, I'm going to wait. Instead, I'm going to just quickly divert my attention to the whatever he looks like. I'm going to just
Bless you.
hold out Benedict and say, give him a quick tap, and I'm going to guiding bolt him.
Okay, that's a... No, Sacred Flame is a dex. That's just an attack, isn't it? Yeah.
This is just an attack roll.
Go for it.
Oh, hell yeah, 19.
Nice. Yep.
Okay, so let's put you away. Oh, you beauty. Right. That is 19 points of radiant damage, and the next against him has advantage.
Okay. So, 19, did you say?
It is, yes.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you fly, like you reach out Benedictus, and this arcane-looking purple light flies forward and hits him square in the side of the face, and he turns back, and that where it hit him in the face, you can see the teeth where the skin has been blasted away from it. And then from that fizzles the glow until he himself is glowing this weird purple colour.
That's a vast improvement.
Okay. It is now his turn. So he is going to look at you guys, look at Gavriel, and then he grabs his staff, moves it around, and seems to summon this similar green light, and fires it at the three of you, and casts. I'm gonna have to use Kaya's token again. She's not gonna like me, but it's happening.
It's fine.
Kaya border. Boom.
My border!
Yeah.
Oh!
I know.
How rude!
So it's only there. So it only gets you two. As he casts Hunger of Hadar at you.
Oh.
I know, right?
It's alright, I've always had 40 Hadar.
And then... I hate you all. And then he's going to take another 5, 15 back from you. Okay.
Attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Hooray! I'm a disadvantage though.
But are you?
20, please not 20.
I'm not going to get 2 nat 20s, hang on.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage because he's being afraid of the thump.
But is it
no.
Benedict?
Oh yeah, Benedict, so it's just a straight roll. So, yeah. Guiding bolt.
The first roll was the lower of the 2 anyway, which would have been what I rolled, so...
Okay. So he just managed to... He's wilier than he looks, and he just darts out the way as you go to stab the... Again, the thump is just, like, jolting you and making you jump every single time, so you're not...
So that's only a 16 to hit on that one.
Oh, on the first one. Then you hit. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
That's good.
He's very wiry.
Cool, so that is... 14 and 4, 18 damage.
18 damage, yeah. You get right in the back of the calf, similar to where Solanos was hit. And he stumbles away. He still manages to get away, but he lets out a roar of pain as he does so. And it's now your turn.
So how far away is he now?
Luke, you'll need to make a concentration check for that spell.
I will. Fine. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, how far away is he now?
20.
20. Cool. We'll engage 10 and do another stabbo.
Boom. This one will be at disadvantage. You are still in line of the heart.
Wait, so why wasn't I at disadvantage last time? I
Guiding
think I
bolt
missed it.
meant the next attack was at advantage, so it neutralised it.
Right, okay. I thought it perma neutralised it, not temporarily. That's fine.
Yeah, it's no worries.
Cool, so yeah, disadvantage on this attack then. Yeah, that's 8, so...
Okay, yeah, that
think-
one. You go forward, and this time the heart does get to you too much, and you just go wide and miss. Runt, at the start of your turn, sir. Just double check.
Yes, sir.
You can feel, like, inside there, by the way, you're in complete darkness. Like, to everyone outside, they can see, like, this whirling cloud of green energy swirling around you. Inside, you are cold. You can hear soft whispers and slurping noises that go along with the constant thump of the heart. And no light. There's no light at all. You're completely blind. On top of that, the cold seems to get to you as you can feel these whispers, like, almost goose pimpling your flesh. And you take 6 cold damage.
Ooh. Tasty. Righty-ho. Well, I suppose I'm not going to want to hang around in this lovely, tasty darkness for a while.
Just have a pina colada, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Pina colada makes everything better.
Have a walk in the rain.
Am I close enough to grab Kyra and carry her?
You can, but since you're carrying her, you'd be at half speed, and already at half speed.
Okay, so like 7 feet of travel distance isn't great. Yeah, you know what, Kaya, I'm sorry, you can fend for yourself. I'm going to try and get to the closest side of the area and just get out of it.
Okay, so 5. You can get just on the outside of it as you walk through the cloud, and it's not warm in this area at all. It's humid, and like it's stifling, but it's a lot warmer than it was in there.
Nice.
And you have your action and your bonus. Although you have lost a rage, because...
Yeah, I have. I didn't take any damage the previous turn. Can I dash towards the heart for my bonus action?
You can, so... There you are. You are within about 10 feet of the heart.
Am I within melee range?
Not for you, no. If you had a lance, but you need to be within 5 feet, basically.
If only woodpecker side. In that case, I suppose I'm done for this turn.
Okie doke. Kaya, you
I'm...
inside
go
this. Yep, you feel the similar kind of cold bite at your arms and your neck, and you feel the hissing voices as you take 5 cold damage.
Okay. I'm running forward as quickly as possible to get out, so movement and dash.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Mercy.
Okay, will my movement get me close enough to the heart?
5, 10. Yes, if you go at a diagonal, it will get you within melee of the lower ventricle.
How delightful.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let's have a little fun, shall we? I'd like to cast Inflict Wounds, please.
Go for it. As you reach out with your hand and grasp a hold of that scorched spot you already feel, you channel your unique form of divine energy and try and pump it in. Make a attack.
That is a 20 non-natural.
That will hit, unsurprisingly.
That will be 21 necrotic damage.
Okay. So yeah, you see it as that kind of grey-black scorch mark spreads out, almost like when water hits a surface or a cloth and just saturates it, and it spreads out and covers a good, like, almost quarter of the heart itself. It's still
Cool.
beating, but that area seems to be like almost be slightly weaker in its beats. It's not pulsing as much. One thing I did forget, by the way, at the end of your turn, Gabriel, you get to make another wisdom save. So if you want to do that now, since I forgot to tell you. So make a wisdom saving throw. Is he muted for anyone else or just me?
Everyone's cutting out, but he's definitely... I can't hear him.
Okay.
Sorry, you were partially cut out for me. So a wisdom saving throw for a reason I'm not sure about.
Might be a Discord issue.
Cool, 17.
17, yeah, you shake off. You finally, after damaging him and getting it, you shake off the fear of the heart.
Okay.
So you are no longer frightened. It is now Ouroboros' turn. I just like saying that. Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. Yeah. Yeah. It's a dick move, but it's what he'd do. Okay, he kind of sees how close you are and like you're doing some damage to it. He sees the two of you emerge from the other side of it, and he drops... no, I won't get rid of it. The cloud of green energy, now you're out of it. And it kind of gathers around himself, and he casts Dimension Door. And he appears... here.
Yeah, dick move was
I'm assuming that doesn't provoke anything because he's not physically moving.
No, he magically teleports himself.
Reasonable.
But that is its turn. So he makes a tactical retreat.
Huh.
Gabriel, your turn.
What's my distance to the heart?
He's like, fuck this guy. 10, 15, 20. You are within 20 feet of actual flesh because of how that vein comes out.
Excellent. I'd like to move 15 foot, but not directly towards it, going slightly north. That makes sense, like 10 foot towards it, and then 5 foot going directly to the side. Yeah, and then heading west from there.
So you're using your...
Oh, no, sorry, I only did 15 foot, so like 10 foot and then across.
Yeah, that is it. You were here, so you went... You moved like a knight.
Cool. I'll do my little L-shaped move, and I'll try and stab the heart.
Go for it.
Oh, amazing. That is 23 to hit.
That hits.
Oh. Bugger, have I just messed up one of my spells?
Oh, don't say that. Rely on your spells.
We need your spells.
No, it's fine. I don't lose the effect of the Hunter's Mark on him. Unless something about Dimension Door does that.
No, that's... I don't believe so, unless it's like a certain distance away and you lose it. But I think Hunter's Mark can work from miles, can't it? So
that's cool. I mean, I'm not attacking what's name anyway, so it's just for future.
No worries.
Much less that time. What are we doing? 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, yeah. You stab into it and you pull the lance out like this very dark, almost black blood kind of oozes out slightly from it. But it continues to beat. At that, almost as a response to you attacking it, those veins and arteries again kind of move around and sprout up and try and grab a hold of you all. Can you all make a strength saving throw again?
I love this dice tonight.
Oh, I don't get advantage on strength. Oh, no, I get.
No, only when you're raging.
Only when raging.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's still plus 6 to my strength saves.
18 for me.
Okay. Gabriel?
Also 18.
Okay. Kaya?
Also 18.
All right. And Run.
25, because,
Yeah,
because
fine.
Run.
You're slapping them off like unwanted male attention. And it seems to be working. Yeah, you stamp at them or just move aside, and they just don't grab a hold of you. So well done there. Runt, it is now your turn.
Cool. I'm going to get close to the heart and stab it.
I thought you
with my
might.
big fiery stick.
You go and stab that heart with your big fiery stick. I assume you need a spear and...
I held heart, I stabbed it.
I meant my SCD riddle penis.
Oh, well, that's going to do poison damage, so go for it. Or acid damage with the poisoned effect. I'm not...
God, I've not been on that then yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. That's 19 anyway.
Yeah, that hits. Sorry. Just trying to remember its AC.
Oh, it has an AC. Jolly good.
Well, if you can hit it, it needs an AC.
Well, you never know. Could have been an oversight by you. So that's 11 plus 1.
I know, right?
So that is 11 plus 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Okay, yeah. Again, jab it in, and as you pull it out, the sides, you seem to have scorched the sides of it, but this black liquid still oozes out as you do so. Okay, Kaya, it is your turn.
I would like to move towards the heart.
Go for it.
And then...
You can get just behind Runt.
That's fine.
Come on. Yeah.
That'll do.
That'll do.
It will. Point of my choice within range. Oh no. I'm going to have to do a thingy for this to make certain that it goes in the right area.
I believe in you, if that helps.
Yeah, I'm glad you do.
No, I don't.
Somebody wanted a cardiac event, right?
That was me.
She's going to take the top off.
No, let's have one. And I'm going to cast Shatter.
I knew you were going to say that. Go for it.
On the heart, but because it's a 10-foot...
Yeah, you can easily shatter just the heart. I'm not going to make you aim with that one because it's such a large...
That's right. So,
it's just when it's a bit, like, dodgy and you might hit a friend, but with it being such a large thing...
But this is where it gets fun. Can the heart please give me a constitution save?
That it can do. That is a 12.
It doesn't pass, which is a good thing. Where's my
The heart will for us.
Yes.
$17 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you see it as the heart kind of quakes, and you can see parts of it where like veins are coming out, or like where the nodules on it seem to be. I mean, it doesn't look like you say. It looks like it's been on at least 40 a day. They kind of burst from the shaking and the quaking of it, and it's and you can see like it's oozing from several places with this black ichor. Anything else?
No, I'm now going to hide behind Runt.
Okay, yeah, and again, this echoing cacophony kind of sounds out from the point of the shatter spell. Not as bad as last time, because you're not just, like, doing it inside an enclosed tunnel.
No.
But it still makes that thunderous cacophony as it happens. Okay, Mercy, your turn.
Yeah, yes, I'm having way too much fun, so I think I'm going to double down on the spell goodness. Whatever this is, it doesn't deserve to keep living. It's destroying the land. I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds again, but at second level.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Without a word of a lie, that is a natural 20.
Yep. And he's not. Yeah, go for it.
So, that's 58 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. So yeah, you grab both hands and you pull, having seen how well an effect it had on it last time, you pull in all the energy you can, granted to you by your grave domain. You put both hands on the heart and you just pump all of it in, screaming as you do so, and the whole, like, necrotic, grey, crackling, like, wound that you inflict spreads across the whole heart, and the whole room seems to shake. Bits start falling off, and the tendrils and the arteries start to move, like, wildly, like hitting different things, hitting pillars, making everything seems to be collapsing around itself as this thing's death throes. And it beats one more time and then kind of just sinks in on itself. And you hear the rumble as this room kind of settles, and all the veins stop pulsing and moving, and they begin to just become still, and they themselves become grey and lifeless and almost dust-like. And you also hear a scream from the other end as you hear Ouroboros screaming and just begging and saying, please, no, and as he too starts to become grey and shrivels and kind of crumbles away until all that's left is his belongings.
Okay, Tom Riddle's diary.
Okay. Well done.
Anybody else mildly concerned about just killing?
What?
Nothing.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to find that staff and confiscate it.
Okay.
Let's go looting.
And anything else you might have.
As you walk towards the staff, and you check to make sure you're all still there, and you keep an eye out, making sure this place isn't going to come down. We're going to take a quick break. Just because I think it's a little earlier than we normally do, but it doesn't matter. It's just a good place to stop for 10 minutes, just in case anyone needs to pee, smoke, have their own cardiac arrest or anything else. Thanks for joining us so far, guys. Again, keep an eye out because next session we are having a Halloween special. So it won't be Olympus, it will be something spookier. I mean, what is spookier than a giant heart of warlock eldritchness?
Kittens.
I can adjective. Yeah, there is more details to come on social media once we have kind of figured out the logistics of that. But yeah, in 2 weeks' time, so the day before Halloween, as it kind of falls, you will see us doing something a little more themed and just a little bit of a break from our usual programming. It's a bit of fun. If you have a Twitch Prime or an Amazon Prime that you can link to your Twitch account, please consider giving us a sub. It is free. Or if you're feeling nice, feel free to donate sub or anything with actual money. I'd never expect anyone to do that, but I'm never going to say no. We also do have a little bit of merch in the merch store if you wanted to spend it on something. Thank you very much, Queethel13. I'm so sorry if I just butchered that. But yeah, there you go, like that. Thank you for subscribing, really appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you in about 10 minutes time. Thank you very much, guys. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good break. Thanks for joining us again. Just before the break, you managed to fight Ouroboros in this weird chamber with the giant heart. You seem to decide that rather than going for Ouroboros, who just kept bouncing out of the way all the time, you just attack the heart. And after a very nice crit of inflict wounds, managed to destroy the whole thing, and which seemingly also seemed to kill Ouroboros for some reason, as he seemed to be linked some way to the heart of this being. Okay. Last we left off, you guys were basically going to rage loot, were you not?
Yeah, that whatever he was holding and whatever, far too intriguing and needs to be kept somewhere safe or destroyed or something. So yeah, anything on his person worth taking away and having examined.
You find a few. You find a book.
Okay.
Like a leather-bound book.
Okay.
And pretty much the only other thing he has besides that is the staff, which is like a long, it seems to be made of bone, possibly, but it's like black obsidian, and wrapped around it, starting from the top, wrapping around to the bottom and all the way back up again, is a snake that at the top, much like the Ouroboros, is clamping down on the end of its tail.
Cool. Did you say the book was like a leather-bound book?
Yeah, it seemed to be some like old leather-bound book.
Well, considering Gavril was able to read the note, I'm going to hand the book to him and see if he wants to have a quick look, see if anything in their language he understands. Okay.
Do you look at the book? It is indeed in Primordial.
Before looking at the book, I could say he told a few people to leave and look for what was coming, so we should look for any other entranceways into this area in case guards come.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it. Like I say, there's barely any light now. Now this thing's died. You're basically in darkness.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. So yeah, you look around. You don't really need an investigation check if you just have enough time. And there is another entrance on the far west side, kind of in the centre of where you could see the map. It's like another similarly looking and now crumbling entrance made of like sinew. That now you can see the stone underneath it as the sinew seems to crumble away and fall.
When you say crumbling, do you mean actively crumbling or in a general state of disrepair?
like it's actively crumbling. As this thing's died, the things that were clinging to the sides are falling away from it. The tunnel itself isn't crumbling, like the stone underneath seems solid, but the tendrils and the sinew are kind of falling away from it now.
Shall we get back to the top before we start looking into things?
Yeah, but there was one thing I wanted. Those archers coming out from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Have they disintegrated or?
They are doing. They haven't fully disintegrated. They're grey and like disintegrating and dying.
I'm just gonna start smashing the shit out of them then, just to make sure.
Yeah, but you should.
Okay. Should we start moving in case this thing that we're on starts to disappear and there isn't a floor anymore?
Yeah, we'll just.
That's.
We'll smash as we go then.
Okay, so just swinging wildly as you go. Are you going out the
So just making sure that there's no potential if any fluids get turned back on, there's no chance of it ever coming back through this way and just.
Yeah, of course. Are you basically going out the same way you came in?
It would get us back to.
We know which way out from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
path of least resistance.
Yeah, it takes you to the
wolf room.
Yeah, it take you to the wolf room,
and then we can go back. We can go back the way we came, literally through the pipes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
let's do that.
Right, you can trace your way back. One, because you have Kaya with her keen mind,
and a mage dude.
Well, you have a Minotaur who has Labyrinthian recall, which means he knows his way through any kind of maze kind of terrain.
Yup.
That sounds great. Before we go on to
that trait, but I mean, hey, I'll take it.
It's a racial thing for Minotaurs, yeah.
So maybe it's a thing.
Just before we get on to like fast tracking through the way back out.
Yeah.
Should we not go through that vent in case they have found another way there and turn it back on? Could we try and go out the exit that we saw to the southwest of that room?
I will bring the map back up if you're looking at different ways, so you can kind of see it better.
Just, I don't really want to go get flooded with whatever the heck that stuff was.
Not that one.
You mean the thing that you dipped your finger in?
Well, yeah, that was a small amount. I don't really fancy trying to breathe it.
Well, you want to go you don't want to go back through here and get back to the potion room just in case.
I'm pointing again. Why? I was going to say, isn't that like left-hand tunnel another potential exit anyway?
It is.
That's what Gabriel was talking about.
Yeah, because when I was there listening while you lot were dealing with the other dog, it sounded like there was movement of a watery sort in that direction. And I'm apparently back in a cage.
Oh, well, that was just a reference of like that was where the tunnel was. You guys have stood wherever you want to there. You'd be here, really, once you come out.
I don't mind.
I mean, before we decide, I can have a quick look through this in case there might be references to other things we want to dismantle. And
or we can wait till we leave. It's not a big.
My thought is if this references, for example, where that stuff was being made, if it's down here or something like that, we might want to go and just smash that up.
Can do.
Well, if you just look at the cover, because it does have like a title embossed into the leather. It's in Primordial, but you read it and it just says OPHION.
Okay. Does Gabriel know anything about OPHION?
Make a religion check for me.
Are we past the time frame for that bonus that I haven't used yet? No, I used it. I already used the inspiration.
Yeah, you already used it.
Yep.
I'll give him a guidance then for a D4.
That'll work.
Ooh. That is 19.
19. You know from your studies when you were becoming a paladin of Poseidon, you probably all heard of it, but you were taught it more so of the Titans and the Titanomachy. You know that Ophion was one of the Titans, not one of the benevolent ones. That was apparently destroyed or defeated by the gods long ago.
Do I know of any correlation between Ophion and Oceanus?
On a 19... Yeah, you'd know that they're related.
Okay, that's cool. Right. I'll have a quick flick through the book then, see if...
Not necessarily, like, related as in by blood.
They're connected.
They're connected, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll start having a flick through, see if there's any reference to ways to bring this thing back, or production facility, or anything that might be a structure within this layout.
Okay, are you reading through that now?
Yeah, I'm going to have a quick flick through and jump past anything. It's just stories of stuff.
I'll go keep an eye out down that passageway or something.
Okay. I will update you with that kind of as you... Oh, so you're reading through that now, sorry. So, of course, yeah. So it tells... Mainly, it's a biography of the Titan itself. Like, it tells of... Like, Ophion was married to Eurynome, who was the daughter of Oceanus, and that's how they were kind of connected that way. He reigned... he shared supremacy previous to the reign of Cronus and Rhea. You know of Cronus and Rhea from the Titanomachy. But he was conquered by Cronus, and him and his wife were thrown into... Presumably they were thrown or exiled into Tartarus, so that was how the story went. And there are some notes made around that by another hand in Primordial again, you assume probably by Ouroboros, that kind of give clues to where he actually might be. And then, like, for example, one of them is, it just says Nidas and it's circled. It also says that he was like a god of a titan that was linked to poisons and metamorphosis. Like, he's one of the earlier titans that had that metamorphosis that gods have today. And his symbol is an egg that has been entwined by a snake. You've got other notes about how to bring him back. Thank you, Dan. It gives other... It describes how to, like, feed it and the connection it was made. It speaks of whispers into his mind and, like, a great reward if he's to be brought back. It mentions the cycles of the moon having power as well, and picking the right time and the right place to bring him back, and about how he was gifted with, like, a present as Ophion's champion in order to spread his gift across the land and use that to increase his strength to the point where he could be reborn.
Okay.
That's pretty much all you'll get for now.
Yeah, I'll share that information out with everyone else, but yeah, I think we can probably leave based on that. Unless you guys have any kind of other ideas of things you want to look for in here.
Well, I can't read it, dear, so you'd have to...
Well, there's nothing in the book that mentions that they would have to have, you know, a huge area for brewing all this or anything like that. So
it's just whatever they stumbled upon, they've been able to tap it, or they've literally whatever they've done magically to change the surrounding area into a life force that they could then feed into him.
Yeah, or they've shipped it in. But I don't have any more information that we can act on.
Well, I mean, just in case. I mean, although we stopped the flow of the stuff, that's not to say that there's still more of it within the confines. I suppose we could destroy the whole. I suppose we could destroy the whole mechanism if we wanted to.
Could do. Could try to backtrack from that room that we were in before. See where it's come from.
We could do, or we could just literally... I mean, Kaya's got a very handy spell that could probably explode the whole thing.
Yeah. With that.
That would pretty much wreck the whole mechanism, I guess. It would take a. It would. I mean, I'd like to think that we've destroyed it enough that not possibly bring it back again.
But you would rather be safe.
Yeah.
Or
Why not?
slow them down as much as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So set them back a few decades or millennia or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we head back to the room we were in before then?
So are you heading to the heart room or the potion room? Sorry.
Potion room.
Okay.
Should we try and take the above ground route in case they have gone and turned it back on somehow?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the tunnel that we came through, we could look from that room. We could probably see that the flow was coming. That's where it was coming from anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we'd see. We'd be able to. So I'm pretty sure that because we came through that trapdoor there, that's where the flow was coming through. So we'd be able to see instantly if it had been turned back on. I would assume.
Yeah, I can give it a go.
Yeah, you can
I'm just concerned if they turn it back on, we'll just get kind of flushed straight out.
Yeah. Can we tell from that grate?
Yeah,
If it had been
the
turned
grate is still dry for now. Like you say, you don't know if anything's
If we
happening
get
around.
well, if we get through fast enough, we can either intercept and completely empty. We can just.
Yeah, let's just go as quick as we can then.
Okay. So we all run. Runt and Mercy having to like crouch as they do so, and kind of hunch over to get through the tunnel. Runt being careful not to scrape his horn across the top of it too much. And yeah, you make it back to the room, and it is still off and seemingly empty.
Well, I suggest that we get to a safe distance. Kaya can let the bells ring, I guess.
Well-
Effectively, it's the question of where do you want me to aim it?
Well, hang
But
on.
then-
Before we destroy anything here, there's nothing in this room that looks like it's used to make this fluid,
We can double
or
check.
it's a storage site. Whereas, is this one long channel in the middle?
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah, like those are three channels. I don't know what I did there.
Right. So if we try and exit this room through the south,
Which we
Might
did
be.
before. You and I did that before, and we got to effectively a dead end.
Well, if you remember, you got to that. You crawled along and you saw a thin shape in the shadow, and you
Yeah.
decided not to go any further.
A weird thing.
what about the other two?
You didn't explore the other two on the way down.
Well,
We go have a look
seems
into
like a
that.
perfect opportunity to do so.
Okay. Are you all picking one and going, or are you choosing someone to look? Or...
Do you want me to go down? Because if they do turn it back on, I'm probably going to be better to swim out of there
Yeah,
without eating too much of it.
Well, if they were going to turn it back on, they'd be already here in the wheel room.
That's a good point, actually. Well, I'm still waiting to go have a look in case the pressure builds up.
I would say if we keep an eye on the entrances there, yeah. If we keep an eye on the entrances while you explore, Kaya can be ready to make the mechanism go kaboom, and then we can just trot on out.
Okay, I'll dash through then.
Go
Have
for
a
it.
look.
While he's quickly doing that, I'm going to be having a look, trying to spot the best spot that I can aim my
Wreck that.
shutter to do the maximum damage of needed.
If you are actively looking around for weak
I'm
spots,
actively looking.
then make an investigation check for me. Gabriel, which one are you going down first? The left or?
The right of the screen.
Okay.
However you want to interpret
So
that.
yeah, you walk along there, and you walk along what is at the moment a damp but empty corridor, and you walk say about 60 feet or so until you come to a dead end with a kind of above you. It looks like it's a closed metal hatch of some sort.
Does it look like it's a solid kind of wood?
Completely solid. It's not a grate. It is like metal closed hatch.
If I put my ear up against it and try and listen, does it sound like there's an immense body of fluid on the other side?
Yeah, I'm not going to make you make a perception for that. Yeah, it does sound like that's kind of blocked the flow, and above that is a lot of liquid of some sort. Who knows, eh?
I see what's happening here.
You're face to face with greatness.
Yeah, we all went there. Great.
Thank you, everyone.
I know it's a lot in the hair.
I'll head back.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, you head back.
Shiny.
Kaya, after investigating, you don't find any weak spots in the area, like to collapse it or anything, but you do kind of assume that if you broke the room that Mercy isn't technically in, but where her marker is, where the mechanism is, might be best.
Yeah.
Then they can't turn it back on at least.
Fair enough. I will make certain that I am within 60 foot of that spot, because at least that way I'm at max distance.
That is both fair and legit. Okay, I'm not going to move your marker, we'll just assume. This is just to give you a bit more help looking at like spatial awareness and things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And are you then casting Shatter?
Once I'm given the all clear, yes. Are we happy?
Is everything safe, Gavro?
I don't think there's any way to get through there. It's like a closed system, and to open it, I think would be, well, really, really difficult and completely pointless because we just flood ourselves out.
Cool.
So yeah, may as well wreck it and run.
Then I'm wrecking it.
So remember, we did come past one of those big snakes in the sewer previously, so they might be a bit more agitated if we make a lot of noise in here.
But it could also be dead.
Oh, here's open.
Okay, so roll for Shatter. It can't make a save, it's a building.
And not just... Hang on.
Yeah, double damage to buildings, I know. What got you into the first mess?
Oh, quite a mess.
I'll get you back there.
$22 is what I rolled.
Okay, so 44 damage, yeah.
Yes.
There's another almighty crashing noise. Like, you guys, you might need to get checked for tinnitus, or tinnitus, however you pronounce it. But there is this almighty roar as the sides of the room and the walls itself, you can like see the pipe shaking. You know, like a boiler that's got too much pressure, just bursts and collapses, and the walls kind of collapse in on itself. You all kind of hold your breath for a minute, kind of waiting for that rush of liquid. You give it maybe 30 seconds, but nothing seems to happen. But you have wrecked it, Ralph.
Well, any objections to getting the heck out of here?
No.
I thought you'd never ask.
Which way are you going? You're just backtracking the way you came?
Seems strong.
Let's
fastest way.
Yep, using Kaya's keen mind.
Okay. And Runt's racial GPS. They descended from like the first Minotaur named Thomas Tom. Yeah, you get here. So this is this area. It seems empty. Are you carrying on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for the other. Yes.
With your Benny Hill theme tune. You get here, and kind of sprawled over the top of this, you see not a snake, but what looks like a steel pipe.
Metamorphosis.
Kaya, can you still blow things up?
Yes.
Please.
Turning Dan off because that's...
Okay, I'm going to blow up the metal pipe. I'm guessing you want me to blow up. I'm blowing up a metal pipe.
Where's
Oh God.
standing?
Not within range. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's a 10 foot.
I'm asking you to be a little bit more specific on where you're standing, just in case.
Are we stood where our character markers are? Because that seems fine as far as I'm concerned.
I want to stand directly on top of the pipe.
YOLO!
Yet.
You tell me what.
How did you lose your Minotaur?
Okay, roll for your shatter. It's a pipe now, so again, it can't save.
17 damage is what I rolled.
So-
Whether or not it's actually a pipe, I don't know.
Yeah. So again, there's this cacophonous bang and rumble, and yes, the pipe itself does kind of burst and like wrench out into like not shards, but like as if you've been ripped into it like an angry Wolverine, like X-Men, not Animal. And something else that happens is because once again you're in an enclosed tunnel. So not only does it shatter the pipe, but it shatters the roof. Seems to quake and bricks start falling down as the tunnel seems to start collapsing.
Doing this.
Can you all make a dex save for me?
No, I can't.
What do you mean, no, you can't?
I refuse.
18.
18, okay.
16.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
17.
Okay. Everybody but Kaya, you take half damage. Kaya, you take 7 damage. The rest of you take 3 bludgeoning as rocks start to and stones start to fall from the roof.
Almost said rocks fall.
Yeah, I know I did. I'm not that mean.
So sorry, that.
Okay,
that
these are still. The roof still seems to start tumbling down, and this place
What was it?
collapse.
3 or 4?
I want to move as quickly as I can.
Okay, so you're all moving, like legging it to the other section, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50. So run. 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So the only Kai will get completely out of range by the end of a move and a dash. So can the other 3 of you, before you make it out, make another dex save for me as this section continues to collapse?
Damn it. Nat 20.
He's back!
Budget 21, because +1 from the deck save.
3, okay. 15. Okay, so Run and Mercy take half damage. So Gavriel, you take 6 bludgeoning damage. I rolled 3 2s. And the rest of you take 3 bludgeoning damage. And then by the next time, you won't have to make another save because you managed to get out of dodge just in time. Let me just check on my handy dandy reference. Yeah, here, but on the centre bit, not where you stood now.
Dan's missing again.
I know he is. There we are.
It's fine, nobody wants to see my face.
We do.
Yes, we.
Yeah, we really do. Views have doubled now that you're back.
Let's face it, it's the voice. It's something.
It helps. Okay, what is the plan, guys?
Just get out.
The way out.
Going.
Heading down.
Kaya,
Yeah?
do you reckon you've got one more of them left in you?
No, I
for
don't.
God's
I
sake.
do not have any more left in me.
The first time you've heard us say that. But okay.
Hey,
You're going to keep running?
Yeah.
I am.
keep running, then.
This chamber where Gabriel almost died. You have to climb over the rubble to get there. It takes you a bit longer because this left.
Oh, I remember this bit.
Yeah, the leftmost tunnel did collapse as well, but you do manage to climb through, where it's collapsed a little bit more. But you're fine. You're just going straight to the entrance.
Yeah.
Is
So
where did our guide end up? Did he end up staying there or did he go back out?
No, we sent him home, dear.
yeah, he,
That's right.
he said he'd come back with reinforcements. Okay. and
At least he wasn't here to worry.
Okay. Once you get to the next bit, I'll put it on main screen because there's no thing for that. You come to the climb with the rope. Kaya, can you make an intelligence check for me, please?
an intelligence check.
Yeah.
20, not natural.
Okay, you get there, and you're a little bit out of breath and running, and it's still quite dark. I'm assuming Mercy still has a light going, but you look up, and you're like, that thin, shadowy rope is a familiar shape.
Oh.
I want to took it.
Took
Yeah,
it.
you do.
It's fine, it's as is. But you remember, like, seeing a thin, shadowy shape
Yeah,
recently.
in a tunnel, if you can call it a tunnel. Excess overflow pipe. Does it look like it's doing anything?
No, it's not doing anything, it's just a rope.
I don't trust it as being just a rope.
Do we have a problem?
You know, I said I saw a thing in the overflow pipe.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I'm seeing it again.
What?
And I'll point.
So there was. So when you went through that area, you saw a rope hanging down.
It wasn't moving.
So
Yeah,
you saw this rope from another area, then?
I think so.
I don't think that should stop us from leaving.
No, you can go first.
Sure.
Oh, did we
Okay,
literally come? Right. Okay. Is that what you're implying?
I've scrambled my brain three times with shattering things.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry.
I'm
I
not
think I was
interested.
a little spooked by the layout of this place and previous points of view that overlap a little bit.
Points of view and views of poo. Yes.
You've got keen mind, so you've got good spatial awareness.
Yeah.
This place is directly south from the water place.
Oh. So the thing that I saw before theoretically came straight here. I might have actually.
Oh well. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm
not
still
losing
going
my-
up the rope.
Shall we?
Yes,
Do you want athletics checks?
yes, please.
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
I assume we're going up one at a time,
Yeah.
and to avoid someone clumsy like me falling on the rest of you.
Well, I'm going to go last because I'm the one with the strength, so I'm going to go last to make sure.
Well, I rolled a 24.
Yeah, you're
But of course you did. Well, of course you did, dear. Of course.
Minotaur.
Of course you did, dear.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, you're struggling. Like, you are tired, and you just can't.
On a 24, can I carry Kaya on my back? So.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's a clever use of your high roll. That's fine.
Yay!
Right, just because I know I'm going to suck, I'm going to.
Yep, that's fair.
Oh, no. Yeah, that no. Even if I guided myself, it would.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're struggling. You as well. You spent a lot of your energy with the inflict wounds. You've had a very long day. You just can't pull yourself up.
If I tied the rope around me, could somebody help?
Yeah, I'll pull you up once I get to the top. It should take about 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll learn to handle that.
Okay, so run if you want to make a strength check at advantage, because you and Gavriel are like pulling.
That's a 23.
Yep. Yeah, you
I love +6 to strength.
Yeah, just kind of undignifyingly just being hoisted up like a care package up to the top of the tunnel, and you guys can see
a little. Oh,
and you guys
Kind of like jerk the rope a little bit.
if I'd known you were going to be this rough, Jesus.
Who?
Don't pretend you don't like it.
No, but I do.
What, you worship Persephone? It's the Zeus guy. Oh dear. Oh dear.
We've got ropes and rough play, okay?
Oh dear. Yeah, you all get to the top and the tunnel collapses and...
Oh, that's the most fun I've had in a while.
So yeah.
Sorry, did you say the
you're at
tunnel
mountain.
collapsed?
I was tempted, but no, you're fine. So yeah, you get out of the... you get to the entrance and it is daylight out.
Yay.
Okay. You know how we're now out of the enclosed space,
Mm-hmm.
and we want this entire thing to be gone forever and never bothering anyone ever again. And Kaya has done an amazing job on wrecking wholesale everything inside there structurally and kind of making people think there's actual earthquakes happening. I'd say that's a great start on seeing if we can maybe encourage a bigger earthquake.
Do you want to say hello to Dad briefly?
On that point, run farts.
Good boy.
Right, run.
Yes.
You can behave, or you can leave when I'm doing this.
I suppose I best take myself off.
Okay. So, Luke, I'm not going to do the spell because ceremony takes like an hour and doesn't do that effect. But
Okay.
I am going to perform a short ceremony that isn't the spell ceremony.
Okay.
Talking about what I know of the Titans from my history. How the gods have overthrown the Titans and thrown them down into Tartarus, specifically being the two Titans that were thrown and wrestled as a couple by a new couple of gods and individually thrown into Tartarus, and how our acts are kind of homage to the work of all the gods, but specifically that now that they're down here on Earth and they're in the Earth, there is only one god who can throw them any further down, and that is, of course, Poseidon, who is the Earthbreaker, who can actually rent us under the Earth and allow whatever foul obstruction is in that place to actually fall further and further away from this area.
Okay. And with those words, could you please make a religion check for me?
Give yourself guidance on that as well.
Oh, please don't fluff it.
Right, Chamberlain.
24.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Breaker. Yes.
Sounds the first time Gav's
So
rolled
devout.
Okay.
The god boner is strong.
That'd be more Dionysus, wouldn't it?
I'm feeling really wet right now.
Hey, that's better. Okay. So, yeah, you say this and you feel like your words have fallen on your patron's ears. Whether he will oblige, it's not up to me.
Well, we've started the earthquakes. I would advise that whether or not my patron is going to actually commit some kind of act here, we should probably leave either way.
Is there any immediate indication that there might be into this area?
Any what? Sorry, you cut out in the middle of that.
Sorry, dude. Given what's occurred, even though there probably might not be any immediate effect, is there any sort of like sense that this area might not be barren again, or whether it's
Make a nature check.
I thought you might say that. No, that's not the correct sheet, Jim. Stop. Ah, 15.
It doesn't. It looks pretty much the same. Like the things around are still dead.
Mm.
What is missing is that kind of weird sense, like you felt, like Solanos felt it more, but you could all feel it, like something was just wrong in the area.
Cool.
That's kind of gone. Like you don't feel that dread, but the place still looks the same.
So there's hope that life could return to this area after a while.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Shall we go back to the village and let them...
I think that would be a good idea.
Especially if they're coming all this way with reinforcements, in case it all went ballyhoo.
Well, it would also be a good idea to tell them to not go in there.
Not for a
Just
while.
in case, especially if Poseidon has heard your prayer and your hope that something may happen. It could prove to be detrimental for others if they were to go in there, should he do something.
As you say that, almost on cue, you can all kind of feel like the ground start to vibrate
That's not me!
and tremble. At first, it was just kind of like a humming, but it's building.
Humming like Run's fart.
Yeah, you thought maybe it was
Move
that.
quickly.
Yeah, it's
Start
still
booking it.
building
My bad.
to the point
Just
where
start
now
booking it.
it sounds almost like a jet plane overhead, but from underneath.
Let's
Not that
let's
you know
walk
what
briskly.
jet is, but yeah. Okay, if you want to make a survival check, you can make it at advantage because of Kaya's keen mind, but she's still not a survivalist, so you can still get turned around.
Who?
Anybody can make it. If it's Kaya making it, she can make it at advantage. If it's anyone else,
Yeah.
just make it normally.
Go on, Kaya. Go, Kaya.
$19
19.
with the... Yeah, that's
Okay,
my higher
yeah, you
roll.
start to make your way back. After the first, say, 10 to 20 minutes of walking through, all you can hear is the quaking. Like, you can hear trees falling, rocks crumbling, things are just, like, the whole area behind you, spreading outward slowly, seems to be shaking and trembling and breaking. And it's still building. It is still going.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think your big man might have overdone it.
Clip run straight round the back of the head.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
At disadvantage because he has to jump to hit the top of my head.
Nope, you're medium sized too. Haha. He doesn't
Not
discriminate
where it
against short people.
counts. There, I'm small.
It's 14, so I doubt it hits.
I don't think so.
My other class is 14, so
It's which.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hits.
that'll
Yeah,
hit.
so you hit at a 14 then.
Oh, amazing. It's like a D4 damage for unarmed, right?
It's 1 plus strength. I think.
Yeah, it's 1 plus strength.
Okay. So yeah, it's 5 bludgeoning damage.
So you take 5 bludgeoning damage to the back of the head.
Try and pick him up.
You can try.
I assume we're still moving at a reasonable pace while this
while this is
wacky
happening.
racist fight is happening.
Like, just behind you, trees are falling.
Boys, just stop it.
Not right now.
17.
Opposed, so you also make a strength. I assume you're resisting it, Gabriel.
Yeah.
So opposed strength.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah. You go to grab him, and he just kind of plants his foot and shoulder barges you away, and then
No.
forward.
Get out of here. start disappointing all the gods later.
Okay, you keep going. It's still building. Like, the earth is cracking now. Can you all make me dexterity saves?
The fuck have you done, Gavril?
Hey, I said it.
Dex save.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 non-natural.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
5.
5. Okay, you're all running along fine, like trying to outrun the carnage that's happening behind you, and still seems to be getting worse and worse. Like, it sounds like a thunderstorm underground. And you take 6 bludgeoning damage as things are just falling around you, and like a tree branch as it falls down clips your shoulder and kind of knocks you aside as you keep running.
How much? Sorry, 5.
6.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's all right. Everything keeps cutting out. Great.
Okay. You're still running. Walking at a decent pace. Okay.
Out of interest, how far out did the complex go? Are we still effectively what would be over or on, like over the complex, or?
You think you've moved at a decent pace. You think you're out of the range of the complex now. But,
right.
But it's just aftershocks and...
Yeah.
Well, it's not even after.
Well, no, still,
things
it's still building.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you assume the complex is definitely the epicenter.
Yeah.
But it's spread out and it's still spreading.
Yeah.
Assume in all directions, but it's at least following you to the point of overtaking you. Like, at this point, you're running, but you can't outrun the earth as it crumbles.
Trust the god of the sea to make us sink.
And like trees in front of you are falling, and like rocks are literally breaking, and the ground itself seems to be giving way.
Yay.
If you want to make another survival check for me, Kaya.
Yeah. Still at advantage?
Yep, because you've got your keen mind, so you know whereabouts. Like, you can retrace your steps.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, you guys are running fine. Like, you kind of get to the outskirts of this quake, but it's still spreading and it's still getting worse. Can you all make dex saves again for me?
Oh, another dex save. Dear. Well, that didn't go well.
That one is an 8.
Okay.
Samesies.
17.
16.
Okay, so Runt and Gabriel, you take... you take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, shit.
As a tree kind of sweeps across your path and you're kind of running side by side, giving each other like the looks, and it just falls, and you get taken out by this huge like trunk of a tree that falls, and you have to kind of quickly get yourself up and try and recover and keep running.
I look at Gav and go, will you admit I was right now?
I'd like 20 hit points of lay on hands on myself, please.
Okay, you can do that. Yep.
If possible, can I use healing word on myself?
Yeah.
All right. Which is for 7 hit points back.
Okay. You keep going. It's still like this quake seems to be going. It's going for miles and miles and miles, and it is not stopping. It is it's getting worse. Like, you finding it hard to walk along the ground and run on your footing. Like, each step you take, it seems like the ground moves with it in one way or another. And you guys.
Oh, we're at a bouncy castle.
You're at the point now where you guys can't make any progress. You're just trying your best not to fall beneath the cracks in the earth as they're forming.
Yay.
As you can't outrun this thing, you're basically, at this point, you're just trying to survive. Do you do anything?
Try and stay away from any particularly big trees and keep an eye for things falling on us.
I have advantage. Okay.
Oh yeah, danger sense. Okay, well,
yeah.
if you're all just kind of trying to move out of the way, make another dex save for me.
$18 or 20? 18.
17.
15.
15. Yeah, you all just managed, like, you're keeping your foot in again, making no progress, but this giant kind of crevice appears and kind of splits the party, like literally, where Kaya and Mercy are on one side of this crevice and Runt and Gabriel are on the other, and it's kind of spreading apart like 10, 20 feet, and you look below and it goes so far, and all you can see, it gets far enough down that you can just see darkness as it goes into the earth, and it's cracking in now. The party is separated by this continuing quake.
What about Gabriel? What did you do?
Me back at the village.
Which side of the fissure is the John?
If it's still there.
Yeah, this you've got quite turned around, so if one of you wants to make a perception or survival check to try and find out where it is.
Right.
Who's doing what? Sorry, I missed all that.
Anybody can make a perception or survival check to try and find out.
Oh, perception or survival.
Oh, let's go with perception.
Well, that was dumb. Oh.
Same on both.
22 on perception.
Okay.
21 on survival.
Yeah, mine's 19 survival. No, perception even.
Okay. So yeah, you luckily each side of you did well, and you managed to try and see which direction you need to continue in. You remember you were like a day or so out from the camp, so it's going to take you at a normal pace. It'd take you a day. Now you don't know how long it's going to take you to get there if you survive.
Great. I suggest we just keep moving
as quickly as possible.
Okay, you all just running?
Yep.
Why the...
Okay, you keep huffing it, run literally, and trying to make your way slow towards the village. As far as you all can see now, like as far as the eye travels, back in front and to the side of you, trees are falling, and like the mountainside nearby, like the hills nearby, are literally kind of, there's landslides happening, and the whole area just seems to be collapsing in on itself. Gabriel, you can feel like within you, like the built-up rage of Poseidon still going, like unwarranted, like, and you know that he's not going to stop, as he is. He was asked for a quake, and a quake he is giving you.
Okay. I'm gonna just drop down to one knee then to try it out. I'm going to just thank Poseidon for everything he's done, and hope that by calling his attention here and by his act that these Titan worshipping people have been completely annihilated, and just thank him for everything that he has done for me.
Okay, roll a religion check for me.
$17.
17.
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, 17.
Okay, 17. Yeah, you shout this out. You shout it out to the earth and to the sky. You can barely hear yourself speak. Like the sound of the rumbling and the earth moving is just deafening for all of you. But you hope that as this is him, he will hear it. And you shout out, and slowly, like the quaking dies down to the point where after about a minute, the earth itself stops moving, and you just occasionally hear like trees and landslides fall. And you hear in your head, Gabriel, it's like, be careful what you ask of me, Paladin. You asked me to grant you this, and I will. But remember that I don't give these things freely. And if you do not ask me to stop, then I will not. Remember that next time before you carelessly ask things of me. And you guys are separated now by about a 40-foot chasm, sorry, but the quaking seems to have stopped.
Don't suppose there's a 40-foot tall tree knocking around anywhere, is there?
I mean,
Well, we can meet at the other end of the chasm.
You're assuming there is another end.
Oh, well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm just going to start walking towards... Is it this way, Kaya? And I was going to...
Yeah.
I'll try and meet you back towards the Furball village.
okay. So
Stay safe.
You too.
okay, you all start walking. Whilst you are kind of 2 and 2, is there anything else you want to do while you're walking? Just while you've got this opportunity, or do you just want to keep walking until you either get to the village or meet up with each other? It's up to you guys. The danger seems to have stopped for now, so if there's anything you wanted to do while you were making your way back, now would be the time.
I'm okay for now.
Same.
I'll have a quick chat with Ron.
Or what are we going to discuss?
I understand that you think I might have gone a bit far in asking for Poseidon to completely destroy this place. That is how Poseidon and his followers are. At any cost, the destruction of things of this nature has to be completed in his eyes. Things like this are completely abhorrent and must be completely removed, whatever the cost.
I've seen where a whatever the cost mentality leads, and it's not a good thing. That is not a good frame of mind in which to view the world, because it will inevitably end in destruction beyond the bounds of what you anticipate. There is a limit. There is always a cost, and there is a point where that cost is too high.
Things like the Titans are so beyond the scope of this area of forest and the life that is in it that they have to be removed. Sometimes that will come with a heavy cost. That is why we swear oaths in the name of some of the gods. But what I will never tolerate is the besmirching of my god's name, making light or fun of him, especially when he is present and enacting in the area at my request.
I think on this we will have to agree to have a difference of opinion.
There is no difference on opinion when it comes to reverence for the gods. You can think I am foolish, but it is incredibly unwise to besmirch Poseidon or the other gods within earshot of me. If those are your opinions, I would suggest it's best to keep them to yourself, lest the gods themselves hear about them.
Your advice has been noted.
Let's try and get back to this village.
Yes.
Okay. After about 3 or so hours of travel, you manage to meet up with each other again. Like the chasm itself, spread quite away, like a few miles. Like you say, this earthquake would have kept going and going and going. You're not sure for how long. So it has affected the area. But you do eventually meet up as a party. It does, once you do meet up, after not so long, it does start to get dark.
Well, do we attempt to camp out or do we just keep going?
I think we're probably best just keeping on moving. It's not going to be comfortable, but...
Are we okay with this?
If Solanas is likely to return with help. It'll be better if we meet him closer to the village rather than where we are now.
Okay.
Right, let's press on.
Okay. If you are pressing on through the night, can you all make Constitution saving throws for me, please?
$20 not natural.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
24.
Okay, you're all okay. Like you're tired and you're weary from the events of the last day or two, but you push forward and none of you suffer a point of exhaustion. After another, say, 4 to 5 hours of trekking, it's like night has completely fallen now. You're in the middle of the night, but you do kind of make it to where you can see the torches of the camp. And you can hear like a hustle and bustle, and like it seems livelier than it was when, well, obviously when you first turned up, they had hidden, but it seems you can hear noises and communication in the camp.
Loudly announce ourselves. I did say that if we didn't come and loudly announce ourselves, we'd probably been turned into horrible plaguey venom monsters.
That you did. Okay, yeah, you loudly announce yourself. It takes a couple of shouts, but you eventually hear a gruff kind of, "Are you?
Yes.
How?
No, I think so.
As me as I'm going to be.
How? Do we know how to prove that? Look, come to the gates, but please, no weapons drawn, and we'll...
Of course.
Yeah, you get up to the gates that you entered before. I don't think I still have that screen, so we're just going to do it by theatre of the mind. Yeah, and you are greeted by... sorry. You are greeted by Amos. You look behind him, you can see like the rest of the grown-ups, of the townspeople, seem to be making repairs. Like they're rushing around, like getting like bits of water and repairing structures, and they're all working together. You'll see some of them seem to be in battle garb. Some of them seem to be kitted up similarly to how Solanas was, each in their own like flavour, depending on their like how they'd fight. But a few of them, Amos included, seem to be in battle garb as you approach. It's like, so what happened out there? Anyone, please.
Found a hole in the ground, went down, killed some stuff, killed a big heart, caused an earthquake. Yeah, standard day in the office.
We found where the poisonous creatures were coming from. We killed the thing that we believe is responsible for creating them, blighting the land. We destroyed as much of the area that was underneath the cave that Solana saw as possible. And then there was a divine intervention to throw what was left of that structure as far down into the earth as it could be done.
So the gods did this?
No, a god did this.
Right. Okay. Well, you better come in, I suppose, and it's good to see you all safe. We just did not expect the wrath of a god. We didn't expect a god to come to Nidas. What? Come in, you can explain more thoroughly what the thing was. What you say is the corruption? You say it's dealt with. It's all gone.
The source, I think, is probably the best way to look at it, or what we think is the source. Actually, we've got this book. Do any of you read Primordial?
I do not myself. There may be some in there. Laurafine may know. She's...
Well, I can read it to you and explain the thing that these people were venerating is.
Come in anyway. We don't have much in terms of hospitality at the moment, but you can come sit and rest all the same as you tell us. We'll try and find you some food.
So the creature these things were venerating was huge. It was hundreds and hundreds of feet in size. Its heart was as big as one of those houses over there. It was under the ground, and it was reaching out and touching the world around it with its body. It was fused in with things in an unnatural way. You think that is the source of where all these creatures are coming from? That and the creatures that were trying to revive it.
You've slain this thing?
Well, Mercy, I believe, actually is responsible for that. She pretty much... I don't know if you'd like to explain what happened.
It's probably more simple than it probably played out, but from what we discovered, the life force of the forest was being potentially drained in order to bring this creature back to life, as it were. We saw fit to discover the source, and we cut it off in the hopes that it would buy us some time to eventually... We found its... For want of a... We found its... Well, we found its chest, and we found within it a beating heart in the process of maybe being regenerated by these stolen life forces that we had cut off. And in the process of our protecting ourselves from the person that was in charge, I took it upon myself to reason that anything that has a potential for life could easily be put to death. So I inflicted upon it the worst side of my magic. While I have the ability to maintain the balance of life and death, I can, if I so choose, inflict pain and suffering, as I have had to do. So I touched it, and I channeled the forces of my deity in the hopes that I could render it asunder, therefore stopping the plague upon your land and this forest. And fortunately, I did, with help from...
Thank you all. I'm sorry, your gods are strange beings.
You're telling me?
But we thank you. We're all a little shaken by all of this, but we thank you for doing what you promised to do, and all of you, and he looks at you, Kaya, as the human. It's like, accepted as members of our tribe, honorary, and you will always have a place here if you need it. We can't give much in the way of reward, but if you so wish, we would gladly bestow upon you a mark that venerates you as one of us, so that you will always feel welcome within us, and you will feel the spirit of our tribe and our history and our power, not through deities but through our legacy, and hope that it goes with you as so. If you so wish.
You know, I would like to have something other than scars on my body. I will take your mark.
Thank you.
You have so graciously accepted me as one of yours. I too will take your mark.
Thank you.
It would be an honor.
I'm afraid I'll have to decline, but it is not out of disrespect. Simply not something I feel comfortable.
I understand. We will still, please let us give you some sort of symbol as our thanks.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, please, it's late, all of you. Rest, sleep. You may have to camp outside again, as I think a lot of us will. A lot of the buildings are now in disrepair.
Was anyone hurt?
No, thankfully. Most of us were we were about to head off to help you, as reinforcements that it seems you do not need, which is good. But yes, it meant that most of us were out and ready to make our way. None of us were inside any of the structures when they were damaged. That's fine. It seems your gods seemed fit to let us be as well, which is good. Of them, I suppose. Okay, please, all of you, eat, drink, and when you are ready, we will, each of you in turn, bestow upon you the mark of our tribe. Which we will go now. So, Runt, you, being strong and ferocious as you are, we bestow upon you the mark of the bull. Which is a tattoo that they bestow on your chest of 2 curling horns.
Oh, yeah.
Which gives you 5 additional hit points.
Oh, hell yes.
You, Kaya, charming bard and singer. Upon you we bestow the mark of the Muse. And it is a musical instrument that is put on your arm. It looks like a form of like simple lyre, much like the one that Lutoris used. And it gives you advantage on being charmed or put to sleep magically.
Ooh, I like this.
So I'm just trying to find... You, Mercy, ever quiet, but always thinking, we believe, always working your mind and speaking out to others. We bestow upon you the mark of the kind, and that is itself. It's kind of a weird, like a knot symbol. Almost like a Celtic knot, more Gaelic.
Did you say mock of the what? Mock of the
kind.
Kind.
Mm-hmm.
How opposite?
Yeah. And what that does is, within 25 feet, it basically lets you innately cast the message spell. It basically lets you innately cast the message spell. So you can telepathically speak to your friends if you don't feel like speaking, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, again, we still want to give you something. And if you, we will give you a totem. Those that we have marks and we have our totems. And we give upon you the totem of the Protector, which is, it's a necklace. It's like it's a carved wooden shield, and it gives you +1 to all saving throws.
Ooh. Thank you.
Thank you all.
I'll put that on.
We owe you much. If what you say is true, you have saved our village. You've saved our legacy. You've saved all of us. And we hope that you will return one day in better circumstances, and we can speak with you again and revel with you again. We can hear more of your songs and your tales of what you do when you leave this place. You're free to stay as long as you wish, of course, but I know that you all have things your own paths you need to follow. I only hope that one day those paths lead back to us. It's something I really didn't think we'd be saying when we first saw you enter our forest. So, I'm glad to be proven wrong.
I think we all are glad that our preconceptions of each other are entirely inaccurate.
Quite. Well, again, drink, eat, sleep, rest, do what you need to, and again, you always have a place to stay here. Good night to you all. And he walks off and leaves you to your own business.
Well, I'm going to spend my evening on that same rock where I was before.
Okay.
And I'll camp there too.
I am going to go and see if I can find Solanus and his new bride.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to what we did on the first night and playing card games with some of the local villagers.
Sounds good.
I'm going to drink.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, it's drinks or headbutts? Drinks or headbutts? Which one is he going to
It was a toss-up.
Headbutts comes after drinking.
Yeah, one normally follows the other, to be fair. Both make you dizzy. Okay, yeah, Mercy. We'll come back to you, actually.
Okay, it's fine.
I was going to start with you. Kaya, you find them both, like, sitting around the fire, just kind of arm in arm. It's like unwilling. They seem to let each other go now that they're back. Selenos has kind of a look of adoration, but also a little bit of guilt that he almost got himself killed. And she knew it.
You have seen in the last day things that our gods are clearly capable of, but they are capable of so much more. Therefore, I give unto you both a blessing, one that it comes from my patron deity, that of Aphrodite. May her love and her kindness and her beauty always shine for both of you, that you will always find each other in whatever life you move on to, as is your way. But also from Hera, another of our gods, that your marriage be blessed for now and always. And I'll just sort of like put my hand on both their shoulders, wish them a good night, and then turn and walk away.
Okay. And they smile and look into each other's eyes and do all that gooey newlywed kind of. Mm-hmm. They're happy. And they didn't at first, but they didn't flinch at the mention of gods like they did before.
No, they've seen the bad, but now they have also heard of the good. So,
Gabriel, if you're playing cards and things, you get that, and Iargwin sits down next to you as well. It's like, so, I don't suppose tonight would be a good night. You said you'd tell me of how things were done in Corinth and how your culture is different to mine. I'm interested to hear what you meant by that.
Ken's completely forgotten which one Iargwin is.
She's the one that came to talk to you, and you accidentally you thought she was maybe talking about sex, but you weren't sure, and you got really awkward when you were at the gates.
Oh, right.
Yeah, when you first came in, she saw you on your own, so decided to make sure you were okay, and then you kind of got a miscommunication where you weren't sure if there was a subtext or not, but it made you go a little bit red in the gills.
So, Corinth is a huge, beautiful city. It's a sprawling, complex, artistic place full of life and vibrant energy everywhere, and every area is slightly different. But some of the best areas, just in little alcoves around the sides from the main busy streets that people walk through, like the big paths that you would walk through, the well-trodden routes. And in those kind of slightly darker, more secluded areas, there is some of the most debauched things to happen outside of Thebes.
I don't know this word. Debauched?
So, this young couple over here that recently got married, they are physically intimate with each other.
Well, yes, of course.
Yes. So, I want you to imagine that in another place, people such as themselves would be physically intimate with a much larger group of people.
Oh.
Simultaneously.
Oh.
Several of which were receiving payments.
Oh.
And most of which were heavily intoxicated.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
It's very enjoyable if you're looking at big city life. And if you think that's something that would interest you. But you might be, you might just be looking for your one soulmate, or you could alternatively be looking for a little dark hidden room full of sweaty, writhing bodies.
Like you've never seen, like furbolgs are like a off color of green, but her ears, which are longer and like more slightly bovine, like definitely go red. Something. Maybe you could just show me the ocean that you spoke of, if ever I were to make my way.
Oh, the ocean's lovely. I love the ocean.
Yes, and stay in well-lit areas for that. And maybe we don't have to visit soon. Maybe I can come visit later down the line. Much later. But the ocean sounds lovely, honestly.
It's very relaxing.
Yes, I can feel that. Yeah.
Just slowly undulating with the tide.
Okay. Yes. Well, I'm going to get to drink, but hopefully see you soon. Please don't be a stranger. Visit here anytime, and maybe visit Corinth maybe at some point.
Maybe.
See you later tonight. Goodbye. Okay. Thank you. Right, Bella, stop doing that. And she leaves. Run, you're just getting good and drunk. And Varric does challenge you to another game of headbutts.
Bring it.
Okay. Why not? We've got time.
Remind me how to play the rules.
Okay, so just roll.
Play the game.
Just roll to attack with just your strength. Like it's your head, so no proficiency. Just strength plus D6, D20.
Strength plus D20.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 17.
17. Okay, you miss as you go to headbutt. He rolls back and gets a 22.
Yeah, that will hit.
He just does 5 points of damage to you. As he, your turn, boyo. One more miss and you're out. That'll be a much quicker game.
That'll be nat 20.
Okay, roll a d4. I know it's unarmed is meant to be less, but roll a d4 since you've got horns.
D4. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Well, hopefully you're not aiming with the horns, but you've got a much harder head. So for the purpose of
that'll be a 3.
Doubled to 6 plus your strength.
So 10 points damage.
Dang it. Very good. Okay. He rolls. And does an 18 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Whack! You get hit with 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he laughs, leans back, and just. Except.
Did I take a short rest or anything at any point? Because I'm looking wrapped up.
No, you never said. never said you were resting yet. You went straight to drinking with him.
Well, shit. Right, I'm gonna have to make this work up.
Come on, this is fun. No one's been able to last more than 3 rounds with me for a while. I've missed this. Ha.
Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
Cool. And D4, so 2 plus, so 6 points damage.
Okay, fine hit. Well done. One more. Get ready, boy. This time he rolls a 8. So.
Yeah, I'm safe.
So yeah, you dodge out of the way of that one. Drunkenly so, you almost fall off the bench. You think you're drunk, but you don't know what that is. Your turn.
Close.
Oh, even.
Close.
Now, next miss losers.
About a 16.
16 misses.
Oh.
So you go forward, and instead you're like, ready? Kink, and your head just hits the table. It's like, wow, this is good effort. He's had too much to drink. Who else wants to go? And that continues, and now you can take a short rest as you're kind of unconscious.
Oh, why not?
Mercy, as you're stood up there watching all of this, you can, if you want, inspect the steps.
Yeah, like I said, the outcropping, but yeah. They'll be up there all alone, just.
Okay. You look at the moon now is becoming almost full. After the past few days, it's getting fuller. You can sense Hecate's presence, which you've never really done before, but looking up at it and the weekend, like the past couple of days you've had, you can kind of sense that she's there. And you hope that if she does come to find this tribe, that she does look after them and doesn't, like, some gods do good and bad things with people that are ignorant towards them, and you just kind of hope that it ends well if she did hear you.
Sure.
I'm now going to try and add that item to your inventory, because it takes a short rest to attune to it. If you want to find out what it does.
Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing to it now, so let's have a go. Yeah, screw it.
How do I add items? Because I've done it before.
Yeah.
Equipment. Ooh.
I think it's called my gift item or something.
I can.
Did it with my spear at some point, so
I should be able to do it somehow.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm talking like this.
I'm not entirely sure either.
No, me neither.
It's a bit of a bizarre thing.
Yes.
Not terribly British.
I say.
Okay, so shit. Edit? No. Bloody hell.
No, certainly not that.
Yeah. Just very quickly try and give it to you because I'm aware we are getting on with time and I don't want to spend like ages with logistics. But you use a profile, maybe? No, that's not it. Stupid tech. If anyone knows how to properly use D&D Beyond, please let me know. Because
can you not keep trying? Because your voice goes higher eventually.
just a little bit. How do I add?
It'll reach the point where you attract cats like 20 miles around.
If you're actually in Mercy's looking at it, you should be able to go to, I'm guessing, equipment.
That's what I
and then manage
equipment.
Manage equipment.
Manage equipment. I don't see manage equipment.
It's literally just under the weight carried and carried there, just for the actual.
Whether or not Luke sees that, I don't know.
No, I don't see that.
Okay.
But
To our viewers at home, we apologise for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll do that later. I'm not going to keep doing that because we could be at this for a while, and that's not entertaining for you guys. Well, it might be with the way my voice is going.
Both in the chat, who wants to see Luke pull his hair out while he tries to get to grips with D&D Beyond?
No, not the hair.
I'm normally good with
The hair has to be protected.
The hair is the moneymaker.
Just the face, the hair, the head.
But yeah.
Everything from there.
Most of the point, who wants to sort of like hear Luke go higher?
I really want that.
I volunteer to kick him in the balls.
Oh, no.
I can't do any more. That hurt. Yeah.
We feel that, man.
Yeah, I don't want to wreck my voice as a DM. So, give a player equivalent. But yeah, so, as the night kind of goes on and the party starts again, eventually everybody kind of joins in with the party as soon as things are more stable, if it were.
Oh no, I'm staying well out of the way.
Well, except you, but like the people that were helping with the repairs and things, they soon join in with the party as well, and it becomes and they party on into the night. And I guess we will leave it there. Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. You will have to wait until next session to find out about that staff. If I can, next session, because like I say, the next session is a Halloween special. So please tune in. Should be lots of fun, a little bit different. We're going to sort out the details of that, and then keep an eye on social media, and we'll put maybe a little more details there. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed this weird kind of turn of events with gods and titans and everything else. And we'll see what is in store for the party next. Hopefully not Hep B or anything after those tattoos. We'll see.
Is it Corinth? I've really upsold that place.
Oh, jeez. I mean, player-led action, man. It's wherever you want to go. Yeah, we will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And remember that the gods are definitely watching.
Oh, yeah.